everyone, and welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Mike.
I'm Hanny.
What's the matter, Hanny? You seem kind of down and blue. What's going on, my friend?
I was thinking about signing up for the belly dance teacher training course.
What? That's a great idea. I know you do a lot of belly dancing. You've been really into it the last few years, and becoming a teacher, that sounds like a great thing for you to do.
But it's just a dream that I don't think I can make it come true because
Why?
I can never dance like those professional dancers.
You have a belly and you have legs. Yes, you can. What's stopping you?
You're right, but I think those professional dancers learned to dance when they were young. And now, at my 30s, I could never make it come true.
No, you could have started younger, sure, but if you take this class, that's how you become a professional. I'm sure many of the other people that you know, even some of the teachers you've had, didn't start when they were 7 years old. They started later and they just did it, worked hard at it, took a good class, learned from the best, and now they are professional. You can do it.
You really think so?
I totally think so.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
Absolutely.
A little bit. We should just look at our vocabulary words for today.
I think we should do that. Do you want to belly dance our way into the article? Oh no, we'll wait till you're a professional. We wouldn't want to hurt me.
Right.
Let's check out the dialogue.
好，今天对话里面两位主角是 Charles 和 Scarlett， 他们在朋友的婚礼上聊天。那么 Charles 说他今天差点没办法出席，因为平日他不一定能够请假。Scarlett 则是说他自己创业，所以不会碰到这个问题。那 Charles 就很羡慕他，希望有朝一日他也想要当自己的老板。我们来看今天4个单字，第一个是 wedding。Wedding 就是婚礼，它是名词，像是 Janice wore a pink dress to the wedding party. Janice wore a pink dress to the wedding party. Janice 穿了一件粉红色洋装去参加婚礼派对。第二个单字 weekday，weekday 我们知道 weekend 是周末，那么 weekday 就是指平日。工作日，那它是名词。举例来说 ，Henry usually wakes up at 6 on weekdays.Henry usually wakes up at 6 on weekdays. Henry 他平常呢，通常都是6点醒来，他平日都是6点醒来。好，那么第3个单字是 boss，boss 就是老板，那它是个名词。举例来说 ，Our boss is in a meeting now. Our boss is in a meeting now， 就是说我们老板现在正在开会。第4个单字 someday 表示有朝一日，将来有一天，那它是当副词来用。假设在跟人家道别，也许对方他要去很远的地方，不容易再见到面，那这时候我们可以说 I hope our paths will cross again someday.I hope our paths will cross again someday. 希望有朝一日我们会在人生的道路上重逢，希望有机会能够再见到面。好，那现在看完单字例句，我们来看对话吧。
Part A, a friend's wedding. Charles and Scarlett are at a friend's wedding.
Although Malcolm is one of my good friends, I almost didn't come today.
Really? Why?I
can't always get time off work if an event is on a weekday.
I see. Since I work for myself, I don't have that problem.
Okay, so it is time to get married.
What? Wait, what?
No one here is getting married. No. We don't have nice enough clothes for all of that. And in
That's
fact,
not the point.
Well, it is kind of the point. And in fact, as we begin it's one of the points. As we begin our grammar station unit, it looks like the main characters in the dialogue, well, they aren't even the ones who are getting married because the title is A Friend's Wedding.
Who's friend? What is going on here?
I have no idea, but I think it is the friend of some of the people in our setup sentence, which reads, Charles and Scarlett are at a friend's wedding. Okay. So Charles and Scarlett are just some of the guests at this wedding.
Exactly.
Yes.
And here, let's talk about our first new vocabulary word. And we can see that this word is very, very important if you plan to get married. Because the word comes from our title, and that word is wedding. A wedding is the event or party that people have when they get married. You might have a wedding in a church or somewhere like that, or maybe you would choose to have your wedding somewhere beautiful, like on a beach at sunset. Well, usually when people get married, they will invite some of their friends and family to come to the wedding to be part of this very special day.
Absolutely. Okay, so now that we know this, let's get into the dialogue and see what's going on here. Charles begins by saying to Scarlett, "Although Malcolm is one of my good friends, I almost didn't come today." Wow. Okay, that's kind of interesting. His good friend is getting married, but Charles almost missed the wedding. I wonder why.
I wonder why. Me too. So let's read on to find out. And so Scarlett looks like she also wants to know why Charles missed the wedding.
Yeah.
So she asked him, "Really? Why?" Yeah, why did you almost miss the wedding? Oh, do you think that Charles is secretly in love with the girl that his friend Malcolm is marrying today? Oh, that must be it. He is carrying a special secret love for this woman, and it is breaking his heart slowly, piece by piece. Watching her marry another man, she will go off with Malcolm, live happily ever after, and Charles will be left with nothing but sadness. Oh, poor Charles. I need some tissue.
Yeah, maybe, but that might be it. But no, that's not it at all.
No?
No. Charles actually says, "I can't always get time off work if an event is on a weekday."
He what?
Yeah, he just said he had trouble getting the day off work, not because he's in love and that whole thing. Yeah, no.
I see. That was my other guess.
Yeah, I'm sure that was your other guess. Anyway, let's take a quick break here after we look at the word weekday, which is another new word for today. A weekday is one of the days from Monday to Friday. These are the days when most people will go to school or go to work. And then Saturday and Sunday are holidays, and we call those 2 days the weekend. So weekdays work, weekend fun. Simple. So Charles was telling his friend Scarlett that he, Charles, feels lucky to be there at their friend Malcolm's wedding because he, Charles, often can't get the day off on a weekday. And it is not that common to get married on a weekday, but I guess people do this sometimes, right? Especially recently when so many weddings had to be canceled last year because of COVID-19.
Oh, right.
People
But it looks like Charles' friend Scarlett didn't have that problem. As she says right before our break, "I see." So she understands Charles's problem, and then she adds, "Since I work for myself, I don't have that problem." Cool. Scarlett doesn't have a boss at her job like Charles does. She is her own boss. Okay, now let's take a break, and then we'll be back to hear more.
Part A, a friend's wedding.
Lucky you. I'd like to be my own boss someday too.
If you really want it, you can make it happen.
I hear what you're saying, although it's not that easy.
The good things in life are never easy. However, they're worth going after.
So, Scarlett and Charles are both at a wedding, and they're talking about the differences between their jobs. Charles has a boss at his job, and so if he wants to take time off, for example, to go to a friend's wedding like he is today, he has to ask his boss for permission. In other words, his boss has to let him go and do that.
But Scarlett, well, she is her own boss. She works for herself and so doesn't have a boss. And back in our dialogue, Charles seems to be quite jealous. He says to Scarlett, "Lucky you." Yes, she is lucky to not have a boss. And Charles adds, "I'd like to be my own boss someday, too." Well, I think a lot of working people would agree with you there, Charles, especially when they want to take a day off.
Yes, that is very true. Okay, we can see that there are two more of our new vocabulary words in that sentence, so let's check them out. The first one is the word boss. As you probably have guessed by now, a boss is someone who is in charge of other workers at a job. The boss would have a special title maybe for their job, like manager or supervisor. But really, the boss is just the person who makes sure the workers are doing their jobs. And also, the boss might make the most important decisions at the job or the company. They're the boss.
Yeah, and Charles was saying that one day he would like to be his own boss someday. Well, someday is a word we use when we are talking about a time in the future. But we don't know when this time is. We just know that it is in the future. 好 ，Charles 很羡慕 Scarlett 自己创业。如果你自己当老板，你请假就不需要经过主管他人的许可。好，那我们刚刚用到 permission 这个字就是允许、许可。Supervisor 就是监督者、管理者。
So, to encourage Charles, Scarlett tells him, "If you really want it, you can make it happen." Yeah, Charles, you can change your job. Find something you like to do that you can do by yourself with no boss, and then give it a try. Make a plan first. Don't just quit your job tomorrow, but if you do plan it out, you can probably do it.
Yeah, that's quite true, but it's not always easy.
Well, that is a good point.
So Charles likes this piece of advice that Scarlett is giving him, but he's trying to not dream so much maybe. He tells Scarlett, "I hear what you're saying, although it's not that easy." Well, yes, you might have a point, Charles.
So, Charles wants to be his own boss, but he isn't sure he will ever be able to be. It's not that easy to quit a good job at a company with a boss and then just start working for yourself with no boss. But his friend Scarlett, she is still trying to encourage Charles to follow his dreams, or at least give it a good try.
Right, as she says to finish off the dialogue, the good things in life are never easy. True. However, she adds, they're worth going after. Right, said Scarlett. And hey, think of it this way, Charles, it's better to go after your dream, right? And give it a really good try than it is to never try. And always think, what if? What if?
What if I should have tried? So, if you have a goal, take Scarlett's advice. Make a good plan and go for it. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for another Grammar Station unit. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Part A friend's wedding. Charles and Scarlett are at a friend's wedding.
Although Malcolm is one of my good friends, I almost didn't come today.
Really? Why?
I can't always get time off work if an event is on a weekday.
I see. Since I work for myself, I don't have that problem.
Lucky you. I'd like to be my own boss someday too.
If you really want it, you can make it happen.
I hear what you're saying, although it's not that easy.
The good things in life are never easy. However, they're worth going after.
好，我是 Stephanie。那我们一起看3个文法重点。第一个呢是 get time off work， 也就是上班请假的意思。其中的这个 time 呢，你可以用其他的时间量词做更换，而后面的 work 可以直接省略。比如说请假1天的话，就是 get 1 day off。除了说明请假的时间，你也可以说明请假的事由。例如说请病假就是 get a sick day off。另外补充，请假你也可以用 take a leave 来表达哦。我们一起看一个例句 ：Linda is taking 2 days off next week. Linda 下礼拜要请假2天。第二个片语呢是 I hear what you're saying， 意思是我懂你，它是口语的用法，也可以用比较简短的说法是 I hear you。那其他类似的说法还有 I understand 或是 I gotcha， 也就是 I got you。这个说法呢比较轻松调皮，所以它通常是对熟人使用。最后一个呢就是 I know what you mean。以上这些用法大家都可以交替的使用。第3个 go after 是追求、追寻的意思，后面可以放渴望得到的人事物，好比说你在追寻的梦想或是追求的心仪对象。我们一起来看一个例句 Amanda decided to go after her dream of being an actress。Amanda 决定追寻她当演员的梦想。
Hi everyone, I'm Stephen.
And I'm Daisy.
Right now we're going to play a game called Word Drop, where we're going to have 3 cards each with 3 different words. All these words are from the lesson, and we're going to try to use it in a conversation as casually as possible. So I'm going to start. Ready?
I hope so.
Okay, I'm not ready either. Okay, I like to make money, but money is really hard to make, and I think everybody knows that, because actually I'm quite poor. But one of my dreams is to be able to have my own company and have everybody call me boss.
I hope that comes true someday for you.
Thank you.
Good luck with that one.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I hope that happens for you.
Thank you. I don't feel that you really want that to happen.
No, I do. I'm thinking a lot. Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, when I get to be my own boss, then usually when you work for somebody else, you have to like ask your boss like, hey, I want to have time off work. But then if I'm the boss, I can always have time off work and I can go anywhere I want.
Anywhere you want?
Yes.
Okay. Well, what about when it's your wedding? How much time will you take off work for your wedding? 1 month? 2 months? Any time you want. How much time will you take off?
Probably just
for your wedding.
One day, probably. 1 day's enough.
1 day for your wedding?
1 day's enough.
Are you going to have a wedding?
I don't know. But if I do have a wedding, have a wedding, it will definitely not be on a weekend.
It's definitely not
because that's
to me.
what everybody else does.
Yeah.
I would like to have my wedding on a weekday.
Oh, a weekday.
Because then less people will come and I don't have to spend so much money.
Well, if you wanna be a boss and then have a wedding on a weekday, just a 1 day wedding break.
Yes.
Like no honeymoon. Do you want a honeymoon?
Maybe.
Okay. It's back in the office, so yeah. So if you wanna be that boss with the 1 day wedding, I say go after it.
See you next time!